Shalom, shalom, peace and love. Yeah. Beautiful full moon up above. Came out here to share another little bit of my testimony. It's kind of a follow-up to the previous one regarding addiction. I ran across a video, and I will leave the link in the description to this TED Talk video that I had never seen before, which was originally recorded in 2012, the same year that I received a 5-month challenge to change my diet. It's out of focus here. I'm trying to get it back in focus. I had received a challenge to cut out some foods out of my diet, and it happened also at a time when I was working and I was listening to music and I was dancing along with my headphones in my ears on my way to work in 2012, and I was skippity-doo-dahing in a zigzag crosswalk, and I pulled a series of muscles in my hip. And so right around that time, I received this challenge, and so like for a week I was limping along, and it slowed me down, and I needed to be slowed down because I didn't realize how much I was missing going so fast. You're rushing to work, listening to music in my ears and walking, and it caused me to just look at the Most High's beautiful creation, and I got to appreciate Him a whole lot more, and He started speaking to me. I started hearing Him a lot clearer. During that, the injury was a catalyst to that in 2012 for me. So after a week, I healed up. I went back to skippity-doo-dah real fast, and I re-pulled them. So I realized, yeah, this needs to be something that I need to make some life changes here. And so that's when I was given a challenge, a 5-month challenge, to cut out certain types of foods and meats out of my diet. And at that point, I began to exercise. And so I took the 5-month challenge and started exercising, 3 days a week. And it got to the point where my body would itch if I didn't exercise. It started off slow. I could only do 15 minutes of a warm-up in Pilates, to where I was able to, do jogging and brisk running in addition to Pilates. And I had cut back cigarettes, like I was maybe smoking a couple of cigarettes while I was doing that. That was like on its way out too. And at the same time, in 2012, I also attended a workshop through the Housing Authority, and some success stories. Some folks who used to be on housing would come back and encourage us folks with their success stories. And a woman who had started a business, and she shared the first time I ever saw a TED Talk video. TED Talk. So it was 2012 was the first time I saw one, and I can't remember the specific one she shared, but it was wonderful because it was quote-unquote ordinary people sharing with ordinary people. And basically the type of stuff that might, get you censored nowadays. Which I have been censored for sharing things, sharing with others. Nevertheless, this particular TED Talk video that came across my way yesterday or today was regarding addiction. And I listened to it, and the date of the video was in 2012, around the same time I was in that class. But 9 years later, it's the first time I'm seeing this video. And so I shared it with my adult children. And I will be including the link in the description box here because it's just beautiful. The timing of things, the divine timing of things. We can deem them to be too late, but they're really right on time. But he talks about something that I wanted to share. He mentions something in it. He refers to where he talks about the who, what, where, when, why, and how of addiction. And I encourage you. It's less than 20 minutes long, the video. It's like 18 minutes long. So, as it calls it, hungry ghosts. Somebody calls them hungry ghosts, where it's like the need to, and he shares, the speaker also shares his own experience with the type of addiction that he had. So, hungry ghosts, and it's interesting when he mentioned hungry ghosts in it, that it reminded me of a dream that I had several years back, and it was prophetic in that the Most High was showing me the nature of addiction. And what it was, and I'm not being politically correct with my terminology either, because it was an illustration of an aggressive spirit. So what it was I was walking, and every time I was walking forward, this aggressive, fast midget. It was like a male. It was like an angry, aggressive, and super fast. Boy, this demonic entity, this spirit of addiction, was leaping and jumping and beating me every time I was going forward. It would get in front of me before I could get there. And it was fast, and it was aggressive, and it was just in my way. And I kept walking, and I kept going forward, and this thing just kept cutting me off. And I was headed to what I now know to be, was basically, a building of believers. And when I entered the building, this thing went in with me. And the women surrounded me, and the men surrounded that aggressive spirit. And that is an example of how much we are needed in the body of Christ, the body of a Mashiach, to pray one for another, to rally, the saints rallying together to pray one for another, so that, coming, not being judged and condemned when we are coming to our beloved brothers and sisters. And we shouldn't be shamed for calling one another beloved, because all things are pure to those who have a pure heart. And if I refer to my brother or my sister as beloved, only an impure heart, or the accuser of the brethren, would try to say that it was something other than pure, because we are known by the love that we have for one another. Amen. So that is amazing. That the Father, how He allows all these things to work together, and the timing of the way things come together. There's a purpose for all of it. And purpose for me to be sharing my testimony this way during this full moon, and it surely does look like His eyes on us. This is His beautiful celestial body. And We are the apple of his eye. And we are more than conquerors through Christ Yasha, Jesus Christ Yahusha Hamashiach, Yeshaya. I just thought to share that testimony regarding addiction because this is how we overcome, Aman, by the blood of the Lamb and the word of our testimony. So, being courageous and strong, I have been encouraged, and there's more coming because all the more so. Please watch that video if you are led to. It touches on a lot of things. It's a beautiful message, though. It truly is. Shout out to all my brothers and sisters. Seeking to please the Most High and to edify and encourage His body, His bride. We need each other. He is with us and He is for us. Much love.